Hey, what's up guys? This is Mr. Jensen with EdTech Integration. In today's video, we talk about friction. Now, bear with me for a second. I'm talking about friction as it relates to Canvas course. My ultimate goal as a Canvas course creator or content creator within Canvas is to reduce the amount of friction that students feel when accessing assignments, turning things in, finding things in my Canvas course. Now, if my friction is high, students are going to have a hard time finding things, turning things in, knowing where to do things. Things are different every single time. So my goal is to try to make that as simple as possible. So in today's video, we talk about that. How do you make it as simple as possible so that students can access all of the content within the course or all of the things that you're going to do in one day in one page? So let's check it out. All right, guys, so I'm going to start by showing you guys my old system, the system that we've used since we started school. I really like this system, but I found that there was still friction within the quote-unquote system. What I mean by that is students were still having a hard time finding things, turning things in, etc. That being said, a lot of my students did really like this system, so I am going to keep it as a secondary option for the kids, and I'll show you guys that towards the end of the video. So I had my home screen as modules, and as you can see in each module, we have the day and then what we're doing for the day and what we're doing for the day. Okay, so the simplicity of this is nice because if you're gone from school, you know that on November 16th, or if you were there for a B-Day, we would have done these things. On November 12th and 13th, we would have done these things. So it's simple, but like I said before, there was still friction within the system that I want to try to eliminate. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna create a page for our new homepage. So I'm gonna go to Pages, and I'm gonna try to design this like a website. So I'm going to add a page, and let's just call this a sample page, sample homepage. So here's my goal. My goal is that when students log on, they're able to see everything that they need to do for the day. They'll also be able to see a calendar with everything that we're going to do today, and then also in upcoming events. Okay, so I'm going to design this, like I said, like a website, so students can students can stay on one screen at all points in time and access everything that they need to, as opposed to clicking out through these different links, which is fine. But if you have slow computers, if you have students that get lost easy, this creates some friction. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this. So I'm going to come here, and I've already downloaded these images. As you can see, I did these images in Google Slides. I just made them pretty simple. So these will be the links that I'm gonna put on the page. I'll leave a link to this page here in the description so you can download and use these same logos as well. They're pretty basic. Okay, so I'm gonna come back here. I've already uploaded these images just to make things a little bit easier. I think I've uploaded. Okay, so there they are. So I'm gonna start with warm-up. So we're gonna click here, and we're just going to click on this guy, and it's going to add a large photo of warm-ups. Now, I don't want it to be this big, so let's just drag this guy and make him a little bit smaller. Something like that. We can rearrange this as we go. And I'm going to put the cursor right next to that. And then I'm going to put today's work right next to that guy. So just for reference, if you were to upload a photo, and if you don't know how to upload photos, you go to Images, and then you're going to go Upload New Photo or New Image. Okay. And then I'm going to click right there next to it, and I'll make these sizes better here in a second. So resources, and then I'm going to click down here for my second. And then I have an extension. So when students are done early, or if they want some extra credit that they do on their own, I have an intervention tab here for students that are struggling or need help before a test or whatever it may be. And then I have my last one is a current events tab. Okay, so let's get this guy a little bit smaller. Okay, so now we can go through, and I'm not going to make these absolutely perfect, but let's try to get them pretty close. So I'm going to try to drag these as close as I can to being the same. That's pretty close. Okay, so what we're going to do eventually, so I'll just talk about that while I'm doing this, is we're going to put links on these pictures. So when students come and they log into their homepage, they'll see these pictures, and then they'll have links. They'll click on the picture, and that link will take them to the assignment, their warm-ups, the modules, whatever it may be. Okay. So like I said, I'm not going to take the time to make these absolutely perfect. It takes a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so this is the start of my homepage here. Okay, so again, students will come on, they'll click on one of these. I'll link these here in a second. These links will take them to the page that they need to go to. Okay, so before we do that, I create a table because I want to create a calendar. So I want students to be able to see where we're at, where we're going, and then also if they miss school, they can go back in time and see and access the assignments that they need to. So I'll just do this for a month. Okay, and we're going to do this as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay. So we go on an A-B schedule. So what I might do is I might say that this is for or 1/4. Okay. And then what I might say under here is page. I'll talk about that in a second. And the next thing would be, let's just call natural resources. And let's call this exit ticket. Okay. So these are the three things that we're going to do today. Okay, so this is the 1/5. This is going to be 1/6. Okay, so we're going to add a calendar for students to access. And again, we might come here and we might call this guy page, and then we can go on from there. Distribution. Okay. We might say this is an exit ticket. Okay, so I'm going to push save on this. Let me format this a little bit nicer here. Okay, so what we have here is that we have, when students log in, here's what they'll see. I might have to publish this first. So students will see the things that we're doing. They'll see a calendar of the events that are happening for the day. So let's start to add links for these guys. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go edit. And if I want to add a link for this picture here, I'm going to come over to assignments. Now I already have a warm-up assignment created for this. Let me just search for it. Okay. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to click on that. And then if I click on the 8.1.1 warm-ups, you can see here, now it's hard to tell, it's linked. And if I come over here to resources, this is a module within my course. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna click on resources. Extension, that's a module within my course. Okay, current events. I might have a tab. So I might say science, current events for kids. This is the one that I use. So I'm going to come here and just copy this URL. And I'm going to click on the picture. I'm going to say link to URL. Insert there. Okay. So now let's save this. So here's what I'll have my kids do. I'll have my kids come up to this. They'll push Command or Control, and they're going to click on warm-ups. This is the first thing they'll do every day. Then, well, the warm-ups would be here. They would do their warm-ups, and then they would come here and they would click Control or Command if it's a Mac, and they would click Today's Work, etc. Okay. So one other thing that I want to do, we go to Edit. One thing I'm starting to do is I'm starting to create a page for each one of my days, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to go down here. Let's see if I already have this. No. So I go down here, let's click on this guy for a second. Okay, so we're going to search for a page here. So I think it's day 42. Yep, that's what it is. So I'm going to link this as a page, and I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. And then I'm going to come here and I'm going to link the assignments. Okay, so I'm going to go to assignments, and I'll have to scroll for a little bit. So I'm scrolling down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link this as an assignment. So students, again, they don't have to leave the page. Okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on this guy. And we're going to click that. And then we're going to find the exit ticket for this guy. Right there. Okay. So here's how this might look. Students would come on, they would do their warm-ups, they click on today's work. Today's work right here. So if we click on page, again, I'm going to push control. So now when they look on here, let's say, for example, they were gone or they were in class. So they click on the page. Today's objective, I can develop a scientific explanation based on evidence that natural resources in the earth are not distributed evenly. So that's the objective for today. They're going to look and there's the reminders. And then they're going to find today's work here. Boom, boom. Okay. So if they were gone for the day or if they were in class, this is a great place to start. Again, all they have to do is they have to start on the home page, click on page, and then they're right there. Everything that they need is on this page. Okay. If they were gone, let's say we were down here later in the week, they were gone on 1/4 and it was 1/8 and they were going to go back and redo the work. All they would need to do is click on this page. Let's say it's months down the line or a couple weeks down the line and they had missed some stuff and they need to make up stuff. They can click on these individual assignments here. Okay, so that's why I have these linked versus just the page. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, some students really like the modules, so I'm just going to leave the modules tab here open for them, and that's totally fine. So let me show you what this looks like in all. Okay, so if I click on student view, I have a banner up here, warm up today's work, so all the stuff I showed you, and then my calendar. Okay, so this is the finished product here. What's nice here, if you see on the left-hand side, I have home, grades, and modules. So it's really, really simple for the students so they don't get lost in all of the links and all the just kind of the confusion there. So I've really simplified it and reduced the friction that they're gonna have. Okay, so they can check their grades there, they can do the warm-ups, and everything else is gonna be here. I hope that was helpful. If you found that helpful, please like this video and please subscribe to this channel.